Welcome back to Las Vegas. It's Alex Belfield, just off the strip, the other side of the freeway, doing interesting things here and new things. I'm going to attempt something I've never done before. We've come to the Guns and Ammo Garage with Mark Cole, who is an interesting guy because it's a very interesting time for guns, and it's an interesting time to come here and enjoy guns here in America. Firstly, thank you for having us. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You're here selling guns to the public who live here in Nevada, and then I can come through as a visitor and try the guns out. Is that right?
That is correct. What we do is we have free transportation to and from the hotels. You'll sign your waiver on the bus. Then once you get here, you come in, you pick your package that you're going to shoot, give the girls your waiver. Then you go through the RSO, range safety officer. It goes through the training with you, and then you step onto the range and you have fun.
I've spoken to a lot of people who have done this before, and they find it thrilling and exhilarating and something completely exciting. As we stand here now, we're stood opposite your range of guns. They go from very small to very large. Just talk us through what we're looking at there on that wall.
What we have is we have probably about 20 different pistols there to choose from that you can shoot. You have a AR-15, M16, the pink AR-15 right there is an M4. That's the one Rihanna shot when she was here, yes. And then we have full auto AKs, full auto Chris, UMP-40, MP5s, Tommy guns. We've partnered with the Mob Museum here for the shoot with that.
You mentioned Rihanna. I mean, she's very small and dainty and very cute. What did she look like holding that gun? Because it's enormous. I mean, did she fall over with it? Because you imagine that there's going to be quite a kick from that gun.
No, she actually did very well with it. Yeah.
And what was it like having her here? I mean, it must have been thrilling and exciting. She's one of the biggest stars in the world, isn't she?
No, I didn't even know who she was, honestly.
You really didn't? Is that true? You need to switch on the radio. She's on about every other record.
I said, no, when she came in, I said, well, okay, which one's Rihanna?
That's nice and humbling.
Yeah. When they came in, their whole group was very well behaved.
Fabulous. All right, let's talk about guns here in Nevada then. Can anybody have a gun? What do I have to do to get one if I live here?
What you have to do is you have to be a U.S. citizen and a resident of Nevada.
If I get the first one, you were saying earlier, I have to wait 3 days. Is that right?
Yes. If it's your first handgun, then what you do is you have a 3-day hold, 72-hour hold on that gun.
Okay, and if I've got one before, I can come in and buy one on the spot. I was asking you earlier whether there's any compulsory training. There isn't, but you do offer it if people want it.
Yes, what we have is we have different training set up here at our shop. First-time gun buyer, we give them a free range time, their first time, and then we have our RSOs, range safety officers, go through the different functions of the gun, how to load it, how to break it down, the cleaning side of it, and everything.
I know it's not for you to get into now, but there's been lots of stories in the press about guns recently. Piers Morgan's been on his high horse about how they should be banned. Your take on this is about protecting yourself and protecting your home. Is that right?
That is correct.
Can I buy any of these guns on my way out? Are all these available, or are these guns that I can shoot today very different?
No, the ones that you're going to shoot today, they're full auto. So we have specific licenses for that. And like me personally, I did probably about 3 months worth of background checks before I could actually get my licenses from the federal government, the local law enforcement, and everything.
I notice, Mark, as I stand here, your assistants are far more attractive than you are, if you don't mind me saying. Is that deliberate?
Of course it is.
This is Vegas.
Yeah.
The people that come here are interesting because I just spoke to my sister earlier who was in town last year, and she said she'd been here. Is this a guy thing or a girl thing? Do the girls sort of get brought along, or do they enjoy it as much as the guys?
It's about 50-50 right now. On the enjoyment side, everybody that shows up comes in and has a great time. We had one 75-year-old lady come in and shoot. It was, as Stephen would say, part of her bucket list. I don't like calling it that because that just means something else, yeah.
At 75, you should leave her bucket out of it. Let's talk about what's going to happen then. We're going to meet a guy who's going to go through the safety stuff. We're going to do that next, and we're going to go in the room where you fire all the guns. First, though, I have to choose what I'm aiming at, and you've got various pictures of different things. I notice Osama bin Laden's on the end. I can aim at him, is that right?
Yes.
So I'm allowed to aim at anybody who's dead, but I'm not allowed to aim at alive people. I know another place had a controversy recently with Simon Cowell, didn't they? They decided to put a picture of him, and that didn't go down very well.
I don't believe it did.
No, we don't want to get into controversy over that. So these are all sort of mythical clowns and creepy people.
They're zombies, yes.
Right. I noticed the guys out there aren't using the pictures, just a sort of circular... What is that called?
That is our B-12. That's a B-12 target with our logo on it and our name.
All right. What do you recommend I go with when I go through the other side? Do I go through just use the regular one, or shall I go for a Sama?
I would do one of each.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah.
What am I going to be using today then? I mean, Rihanna's gun's pink. I don't think that'd go well with my ginger hair. Are we going to start small and try something? Because I don't want to look stupid and fall over backwards, because that's my fear, that I'm not going to look very manly.
Well, we'll start off with a Glock, which is a handgun, and then we'll go to a baby AK, which we call our little flamethrower. It throws about a 5-foot flame right out the front because of the short barrel. And once you go into full auto, it starts throwing the flame out to where you can't even see the target. So it's pretty good.
As you can hear in the background, the guys are already through the other side having fun with their guns. We've made light of this and we've had some fun, and that's what this is about. We're not getting into the rights and wrongs of having guns or not. What you do take very seriously here, though, is the health and safety and the security of your guests and the safety of them.
Correct, yes. Everything is safety first, 100%, and then we make machine guns fun.
And I'm accompanied at all times. Once I've got the gun, somebody basically walks you through every step, and I notice that the guys are holding on, and they never take the eyes off the gun, do they?
No, that is 100% the safety side of it. It's a range safety officer, and they're NRA trained range safety officers. So everybody that has one of our guns on the range has one of those behind them.
All right, before we go in then, Mark, let's fill in the form. We've got this waiver that basically means if I kill myself, it's my own fault, isn't it,
Basically.
More or less. Okay, so question 1, have you ever been convicted of a felony or a violent misdemeanor? No, so we can put no there, that's fine. Have you ever been adjudicated as mentally defective? Many bosses have tried to claim that in court, but they didn't win. Being committed to a mental institution, I have worked for the BBC, or have a history of mental illness? No, everything's fine there, so I'm okay so far, am I?
Yes, you are.
If I answer yes to any of these, I can't go in, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, let's keep fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, Mark. Are you an unlawful user or addicted to marijuana, to stimulants or any depressants? No, but I did have a coffee before I came here. Is that okay?
That is fine.
Coffee's fine, okay. Yeah. And I had a Mars bar as well earlier. I hope that's okay. Are you depressed, suicidal, or suffer from emotional problems? Well, I did watch Jeremy Kyle this morning, so that's a bit of an ambiguous one. We'll put no for now. Do you need to talk to someone because of your emotional problems? Well, yes. I mean, could you do a little Oprah Winfrey with me? Maybe talk about my small private parts or something like that?
What about some of our girls?
They'd be marvellous. I think they could really help. They could certainly put a smile back on my face. Are you pregnant or nursing? Well, that's a definite no, so we're okay with that. And very finally, I understand that the use of firearms in a range is extremely hazardous and dangerous activity that poses a risk of serious bodily injury and or death. By signing this waiver, I acknowledge that I understand that the risk of using a firearm on the range is substantial and that I am responsible for my action whilst using this facility. Okay, I'll sign that away. It's all very... No, it's fine. I interviewed David Copperfield. There can't be any more risk than that. Very good. I've signed there. Would you like a photo as well, or are you just happy with the signature?
No, the signature's just fine.
We're here today in Las Vegas. We're at the Guns and Ammo Garage. You can find them at gunsandammogarage.com. Is that right?
That is correct.
Fantastic. Mark Cole is the big boss here, in charge of this fascinating place that here on a Monday afternoon is very busy. We're going to go through then and meet your guy next who's going to talk us through the guns and the safety, and then hopefully I'm not going to look too stupid.
No, you won't look stupid. We won't allow that.